Though they rarely garner as much attention as presidential or congressional races, the General Municipal Election on November 5th in San Mateo will have an impact of its own. With 3 city council seats up for grabs, the makeup of San Mateo's leadership will be determined next week and will remain static in its composition until 2017. With 2 incumbents and 3 new faces vying for 3 available seats on the council, it's guaranteed that the San Mateo City Council will see some new energy come December 5th, when the victors of the November 5th election begin their 4-year terms. Mayor and Council member David Lim and Vice Mayor Robert Ross are the 2 incumbents, both running for re-election after a 4-year term, with former council member Brent Grody choosing not to run for re-election. The 3 newcomers vying for a seat are Deputy District Attorney of Alameda County Joe Goethals, Nonprofit Program Administrator Joshua Hugg, and Marketing Operations Executive Karen Schmidt. Some of the top issues facing San Mateo, according to the candidates, range from managing growth.
We are a city that's growing and in transition, and I see that as some of our biggest challenges. Handling that growth, handling the demographic changes that are occurring as a function of growth.
To a serious infrastructural problem.
The most serious challenge facing our city is infrastructure. We are a post-World War II, pre-World War II community, in many ways still living with the infrastructure from the 1930s and 1940s. Our sewers are in horrible shape. Our streets are in bad shape. Our sewer laterals are in bad shape. Much of our housing for our seniors is in bad need of repair.
Other issues of note included attracting startups and new business to an area that has historically not seen as much attention from the Silicon Valley business elite.
We need to prevent missing an opportunity like YouTube. So we need to make sure that we're attracting those businesses and keeping them downtown. If we do that, we'll see an economic success that allows us to pay for the infrastructure that we need. Those are the biggest challenges.
Ross noted that there were specific obstacles that needed to be overcome in order to attract the sort of development and attention that the city needs.
I honestly believe that we as a county should be looking at every city collectively, and that we should be looking to see what areas would best facilitate different types of business. I'll give you an example. San Mateo is short on land, so we don't have all the space that we would like to have to build campuses for some of these larger companies like YouTube.
Schmidt pointed to downtown Draper University as an example of how the city can solve multiple issues at once, attacking space issues and development issues simultaneously.
Draper University sort of exemplifies my idea of recycling property. That was an old hotel that sat dormant for a long time, and now we've got a thriving school there. And when that happens, a lot of times, like these gentlemen mentioned, others come.
Incumbent Lim made a point of noting that the San Mateo City Council itself faces some structural issues that hamper its efficacy.
Now, the disadvantage that we have is actually our council structure. We are an urban city with a suburban city council. We're all part-time members. And that can be a huge disadvantage for the city of San Mateo. But the way that we overcome it is by making sure that we have city council members who are actively engaged in the community.
Several ballot measures will be up for approval on November 5th as well. Some, like measures P and W, are bond measures aimed at addressing overcrowding and infrastructural issues at San Mateo County schools, while others, like Measure Q and Measure V, aim to fund essential city services by creating or extending certain taxes. This is Emil Vasquez, reporting for the Peninsula Press, a project of the Stanford Graduate Program in Journalism.